Hello, and welcome. It's Friday night, and you're not going out. No, you're going to stay home and watch YouTube videos. And that's perfectly alright. My name is A. Gray Phantom. Let's keep each other company tonight. This is Forever Alone Friday. When last we left off, we had the finale of the game. Our team, Thomas and friends, sacrificed themselves to help the rest of the AIs in the world escape. I wasn't really satisfied with the ending, though. Gray, one of the AIs that we were introduced to, was kind of a villain antagonist, but his motivations didn't really seem that sinister, and I didn't really understand what the imperative was to stop his plans from enabling. I also noticed that I missed an achievement, and there is a chapter we have not gotten to yet. I'm thinking this will probably get unlocked when we get to this last achievement, which I believe is at 8.5. I did a little research online to find out which one it was. So let's just jump into it.
Paul felt it. There was a whisper to the shifters. They had not occurred randomly. They had been created.
That was the last achievement
he set off.
49 Shades of Grey. And let me tell you, having your name be similar to that of a popular character in fiction at the moment, not always great, because you have no idea how many times I've been asked if there are 50 different shades of me. Alright. Scenario select. Let's see if we've opened this up. Perhaps... Oop. No, I don't want that. I have to go all the way back to the main menu to do that. Whoops. Alright. I want to do the last level of target. It looks like... No! That... It's not what I wanted to do. Third time's the charm? Let's scroll all the way down to the bottom. Target. 10.10. Oh, what? I don't know who these people are. Something tells me I've missed something. I'm a little perplexed here. Where did we leave off? Alright, I remember this article about evacuating the facility. This is
Team Jump had been together for a long time. They were a machine. A well-oiled machine. They could jump like nobody's business.
Alright. Been a little confused, but I'm quite certain I know where I am now. We've done Chapter 9. I'm on Chapter 10. I'm going to make absolutely 100% sure, because I don't want to jump ahead and miss something, because I got a little spoilers here. So let's go to 9.9, or 9.10. Yeah, here's Joe and Sam, and I figured out that Joe is this skinny one, Sam is this one. Alright, that is that last level that we played. Last time I'm gonna do this. So we are on 10.1. Weird. Okay, I don't remember the game jumping me to 10. I thought we were... Huh. Well, either way, these are the last two chapters that we'll be doing for this series. It's been real. Perhaps we'll see what happened to Gray. Thomas was special in that he had hope.
Benjamin and his father climbed between the rocks. If they moved fast enough, they could probably see the fountain before darkness fell. Benjamin had brought sandwiches especially.
Sandwiches, huh?
They had no crusts. Benjamin's father insisted on that. They were meticulously crafted, packed away in neat boxes. For as many cycles as he could remember, Benjamin had made the climb with his father. Every time, the glow felt closer, more tangible.
I'm guessing
Benjamin hoped that one day he'd be able to reach out and touch it.
I'm gonna guess, go down a limb and say this is Benjamin, and the other one is Benjamin's father. Because, you know, size. Yeah. Step by step. Sandwiches, huh? I wonder what kind of sandwiches. I make the best sandwiches, by the way. Just throwing that out there. If you want me to come over and make you a sandwich, I will. With me together. Sounds like a lot of fun. I like to get sourdough bread, personally. I know, I'm so controversial that way. Get a little dry, only a slightly stale, or toasted. Best way to make a really good toasted sandwich is, okay, you gotta see here, just gotta test the waters. All right. I'm not gonna try that with Benjamin's father. That would probably be a quick way to get them killed. I don't want to do that. But get a George Foreman grill. That makes the best toast. Not too dry, still has that sort of give, but definitely worth it just to get the right amount of toasting. How am I gonna do this? Can I make that jump? I can make that jump. I can't make that jump. I can make this jump. I can make this jump. That's all I needed to do. But one of the things I love adding to sandwiches is bean sprouts. Get nice, and again, controversial, love Miracle Whip. Benjamin was alone. Now, turkey
Benjamin
breast.
ran. His father had sent word that it was ready, that it was actually done.
What's it? Sandwiches? Like I was saying, I like adding a little bit of, you know, using turkey. Turkey is one of my favorite meats, and adding some seasoning, some salt, some pepper.
There had been a few misfires. Benjamin had seen the rectangle who tested Mark 26. More of a trapezium now.
My best combination I ever had was, you know, white wheat bread, take it or leave it. You know, mayonnaise or Miracle Whip. I kind of prefer Miracle Whip. Cream cheese. Yes, this is actually really important. Cream cheese, some mustard, dash of Mrs. Dash. That makes for a really good sandwich. Oh, and a little bit of dill weed as well. Geronimo. Now, the game has made it very clear that all the little achievement cubes or squares have been in plain sight, so I don't have to dig around and jump into an abyss to try to find one. Powered jetpack? Whoa! What? Okay, Benjamin, where'd you pull this out of? Is it the sandwiches? Do the sandwiches give you these superpowers? Alright. Ah, boom. Light source is right there.
The jetpack was glorious. Benjamin's father motioned to the switches he'd made, told him to fly to them. Slowly, though.
There are a few games that cannot be improved with the inclusion of jetpacks. I just saw Tomorrowland in theaters a couple days ago. It was really, really good. Like, I know that the reviews of it have been split, you know, half are bad, half are good. It's been kind of a 50% sort of thing. I loved it. I love the movie. It has a lot of plot holes. I'm not gonna lie, there are plenty of plot holes. But I'm not gonna spoil anything. But I will say this: the city of tomorrow has room not just for intellectuals. They aren't just scouting intellectuals in this movie to be citizens of Tomorrowland. They are also looking for artists, and that is something that really touched me as a performing artist myself. I'm not particularly smart, but I know I would have a place in a glorious city like Tomorrowland. And the jetpacks. I love jetpacks. Flight in any
Benjamin
sort of movie.
ignored him, of course, hitting the sequence as quickly as possible. He was dying to test this out properly, to fly to the fountain.
My favorite part of the Maleficent movie was the flight. I hated that movie. I thought it was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it a lot. I just couldn't get past... Oh, look, it's Angelina Jolie as Maleficent. And I thought the movie was very poorly written. I won't get into the details why right now, because I don't want to give any spoilers away. I know people are not about that.
Just a quick flight up to the fountain. Benjamin was sure his father wouldn't mind. The locked doors were a precaution. The spike walls, a friendly reminder to be aware of his surroundings.
But that intro to that movie...
That combination lock on the jetpack had, after all, been exceptionally easy to guess.
Yeah, blah, blah. Yeah. The intro to Maleficent with the flight, that was gorgeous. I have a thing for angels, so seeing those wings... Yeah, oh, that looks painful. God, Jesus. Seeing those wings on her, really, really, really cool. I'm actually trying to grow a pair of wings myself. More on that later. Who are you? And what is your business?
Was done. The fountain had sounded like a great idea when she started. An adventure. More importantly, it was an adventure she could have alone.
You don't want friends, Anna? Anyway, Anna once dated her. My first serious girlfriend.
But she hadn't been alone. And they had seen her.
Oh dear. Perhaps someone we don't want to be introduced to? Yes. But the Anna I mentioned earlier, probably the only lover I've ever had that I'm still in touch with, still on good terms with. But that was after years of silence between the two of us. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Yes, yes, this is what I like.
Benjamin was getting good at this. They could fly. It was important to stay focused, though. He had a fountain to get to.
I just have to hold down the A button. This should be pretty easy. Oh, blah, blah! Okay, no, don't just hold down the A button. Alright. Down. Oh, no! Floor. Okay, well, that's hard to see. You know what the one mechanic I haven't seen in this game so far? Is auto-scrolling. I have not seen auto-scrolling as a mechanic. That could be interesting. I don't know if they're actually going to go that route and do that. Ugh.
Get to the fountain,
Nope.
touch it, get home for dinner. His father wouldn't even notice he'd gone anywhere.
This fountain he's talking of is probably the internet. Because that's what it kind of looked like when Thomas touched it. By the way, cats that can't spell. I just realized what that meant earlier. It means lolcats, like the entirety of lolcats. Because has is not spelled with an S, or Z, it's spelled with an S. And I'm just now realizing that It meant lol cats! God darn it! Gosh, my patootie. This is not controlling very well anymore. I'm almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. Buddha. Hey, it's stressful! Oh, this is not... this...
The
red?
rectangle seemed remarkably unimpressed by Benjamin's jetpack. She didn't even ask about it. She just kept looking up and muttering about clouds.
Dark pixel cloud?
Initially slighted, Benjamin decided that this was a passing disinterest and she'd come round eventually.
I understand where Benjamin's coming from. Oh, I see what I had to do. You know, I sometimes I'm thinking, what if girls are watching? I've had a back injury for a while, so I haven't been able to practice my my art, and I'm going to start training again starting tomorrow. I'm starting today, really, because I'm filming this after midnight. Right? Nope, come on. And my masseuse is telling me, well, you need to take it easy, you know, no more doing the tricks that you were doing before that caused the injury. And I'm like, well, what if girls are watching? She's like, no. I'm like, but what if girls are watching? She's like, no. And I'm like, but girls! She's right. You need to take it easy. Oh, come on! Making me do this precise crap. Alright. Jetpack, jetpack. Yes! And you're in. You're in. You are out. Shoo! Oh, this is cool. I'm impressed. Benjamin, I'm impressed, okay? You know, if Laura's not impressed, you can believe me, I'm impressed. And I think a lot of people at home are impressed. The viewer is impressed. Alright. Escorting the
Anna
young lady.
tried to talk the obnoxiously single-minded Square out of his plan. She should have left him, taken the next portal home and forgotten about that big spluttering machine he kept motioning at heroically.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Sorry. Well, technically, Benjamin's not, you know, is also a rectangle, you know. Both Anna and Benjamin are rectangles, you know. It's like how not, you know, all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares, because they don't have the same equal length of sides. Probably another button over here, or maybe that opened the door. That opened the door. It's like how not all fedoras are trilbies, but all trilbies are fedoras of the sort. Oh, Laura, you can leave now if you want to. Oh no, wait, you can't.
They were halfway to the fountain. It occurred to Benjamin that his father would have become aware of his absence by now. Benjamin hoped that he'd be forgiven. You know, the folly of youth.
Hoopla. Well, now, yeah, you made a new friend. And let's look at this from a sort of meta standpoint. Right now, Laura is, or Anna is, I keep confusing her with Laura because she kind of looks like the same shape. Definitely not, she's a different color, but she's waiting for him. She's waiting for him at that portal.
Father had worked so hard on the jetpack.
Ah! I couldn't see that. Not fair. Not fair! I'm rushing now. Come on. I am rushing. And this is my jetpack. It has 200,000 kilograms of thrust and weighs over 200 kilograms. I don't know. Oh, hey. Curious. You're blue, so does that mean you can... No, you cannot. You really cannot. this right the first time. Oh gosh darn it. Okay, you know what? You're gonna stay here for now. And let's see what this does.
Anna tried again.
I think the lady doth protest.
She told Benjamin about the blinding light of the fountain, of the clouds which had defended it. She begged him not to carry on. He laughed it off. He wasn't afraid of clouds, however pixelated they were. He could fly above them or swoop to avoid them.
Don't think
He scared her.
Oh, I see exactly where this is going. This is going to be one of the follies of Icarus sort of things, right? As long as he doesn't drag dear Anna into this mess. Oh, I don't have to like dogfight against the pixel clouds or try to fly to avoid them. These things are scary. New chapter? Is that Sarah?
Sarah was awed by the square.
What? Wait,
Its voice boomed, raised above the roar of the jetpack.
I thought Sarah was dead.
You don't happen to have any sandwiches, do you?
Does this mean that Thomas and the other ones are still alive? I thought they sacrificed themselves. Ah! Okay, I didn't see that coming. Well, you know what? Let's go back to Sarah. I'm happy to see her. I really liked this character a lot. Why is she alive? I'm not complaining or anything. It's just... Oh, come on. That's not fair. I'm just really, really curious on what it's Sarah! And all her moxie. If I could have her played by anyone, I'd have her be played by Rachel Weisz. Alright. Portal. Nope. 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 No. Okay. Nope. And slide into home base. Alright, come on. No! No, I don't want to start all the way back from the beginning. Okay. Just gonna wait for this cycle to pass. I'm gonna shoot through. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I can carry all of them? Alright. Nothing up there, nothing up my sleeve, and presto. Move. Sarah's drifting a little to the left. I don't know what's up with that. You know, if I could choose... if I could actually cast... Oh, no. Alright, I knew that she was going to teleport back. If I could choose...
Benjamin liked the little purple fangirl. She was kind of cute. And she seemed really impressed with his jetpack.
She would be. Only one...
This was how Anna should have been looking at him all this time. But no, she was pure naysaying. She did understand the dream he had, the importance of what he was doing.
Oh, okay, apparently I hit some spikes. But no, oh! If I could choose to cast actors to play the different personalities, I think I would cast Adrian Brody as Thomas. I think he'd make a really good Thomas. Has a sort of tragic hero sort of way about him. Did anyone see him in that Predator movie? He actually is also a pretty good film, action star as well. I thought so. if they ever make another Expendables movie, I would like to see Adrian Brody and Keanu Reeves in it. I think Keanu Reeves is one of the most underrated action film stars ever.
Cool too.
But I think I'm getting off track here because if Sarah's here, wouldn't that mean that Thomas and the others are eventually going to make appearances as well? We're coming up on the final. This has to be the final chapter, right? Alright. I know I shouldn't be checking for achievements because I'm pretty sure I found them already. Just gotta double check it. Blah, blah, blah! Alright. No! I've got this all screwed up. Oh my gosh. Alright. Jetpacks are cool. Just like bow ties. I like the particle effect that's coming off of Benjamin's butt. Bing.
The Fountain of Knowledge sounded fantastic. Benjamin hadn't told her what it was, really. She suspected he didn't know. He ploughed off ahead while she jumped behind him, helping the increasingly resigned Anna. Sarah suspected Anna had no faith in Benjamin. She was scared. Ha! She had not the faith to believe in their leader. Sarah found herself...
Oops. I want to hear that again. No! I know what this is! Why am I being so dumb? I'm being really dumb. This is clearly a prequel. Yeah, this is what happened before Sarah met Thomas
fantastic.
And James.
Benjamin hadn't told her what it was, really. She suspected he didn't know. He ploughed off ahead while she jumped behind him, helping the increasingly resigned Anna. Sarah suspected Anna had no faith in Benjamin. She was scared. Ha! She had not the faith to believe in their leader. Sarah found herself thinking more epically. She suspected it was Benjamin's heroism. Well, every hero needed a faithful disciple. Maybe that was her.
Yeah, I should have...
It definitely wasn't Anna.
I definitely should have put it together way beforehand. This takes place before the events of the main game. This is the bonus game for unlocking all the achievements. Consequence. What does that mean? What sort of consequence are we talking about? Okay. I was actually just discussing the allegory, or not the allegory, the story, the parable of the Book of Genesis, of supping from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Okay.
Anna was definitely done this time. She had tried. The self-aggrandizing square and the purple orator were never going to listen.
Looks like Anna's abandoned
She locked
us.
the door behind herself. She would stay here where it was safe. She could wait a few cycles. Who knew? Maybe this would be enough. She was done with adventure. And she had no idea what sandwiches even were.
That's what I was wondering too. What sort of sandwiches do the little rectangles eat? But what I was saying, you know, Anna, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Just gonna sit there, waiting for the life, adventure, the world to pass you by? I mean, you know what? Granted, that's your decision. That's your life. For me, I like to take a different path. Alone.
Sarah laughed, but she had no fear now. the doubter, Anna, had hidden away.
Oof, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Oh, Jesus. Alright, come on. But what I was saying is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That whole thing is
Benjamin carried her even higher. He swore the fountain was close, that soon she would see him touch it. He said it would reveal great things. She hoped he might share some of them with her.
This is, like I said, this is clearly an allegory for the Garden of Eden, where you can't have good without evil, where knowing something, oh gosh, knowing the difference between right and wrong gives you the responsibility to act on that. So I guess it's to say if you don't know any better, then it doesn't mean that you can do, it means you can do no wrong, which I don't necessarily agree with. Yeah! Now we know Sarah doesn't actually touch the fountain, which is the internet. No! That is a dirty trick. That is a really dirty trick. This is, I guess, is why Sarah couldn't reach the fountain or the internet and escape. Oh, maybe there's a button down here. I swear, if there are spikes, I'm gonna be so...
The world surrounding the fountain was brighter than the rest. Light seemed to engulf the space around it, pouring into the chambers.
This is totally...
Benjamin was close. The jetpack was working. Benjamin thought of his father again. He thought about how proud the big square would be of what he'd accomplished.
Icarus and Daedalus. This is straight up Icarus and Daedalus. And the story of Benjamin and Sarah is that of Adam and Eve. It's obvious. It's an allegory wrapped within an allegory. A meeting of two legends of myths. Which I have to say, I'm not against. Oh, hey. I'm just gonna drop and make doubly. Nope. Sure, that's not down. It's definitely not down there. Next button has to be up. Oh, there you are. I'll catch you. That should open the door, right? Ah, like Superman Lois Lane. Bing. Swish. Uh-oh. Nope. Okay. Okay, I see what's going on. I thought that the walls were going to start closing in. Oh! Ah!
Sarah knew she could not follow Benjamin any further.
What?
She would wait here. He would return soon enough. And he would tell her everything. The lights grew even brighter. And with tears in his eyes, Benjamin ascended.
Why would she do that? Why would...
It shone before him, its light reverberating off the walls percussively. It was awesome. It was everything he had hoped. Sandwiches didn't matter anymore. Cute purple fangirls didn't matter anymore. There was only Benjamin and the fountain. The light engulfed Benjamin. He couldn't...
This is where Thomas and Sarah entered when they got to do the fountain. I don't understand why Sarah didn't go with him, though. By the way, for anyone who's not familiar with the tale of Icarus and Daedalus, It's an old, I want to say Greek myth, where Daedalus was an inventor who, he is considered to be the man who created the labyrinth that the legendary Minotaur roamed, that Perseus had trekked through. And he had been locked away. Him and his son were locked away in a tower by some empire. I don't remember the details. We're in a maze. It's pretty amazing. We're locked away in a tower. I don't remember by who, but they wanted Daedalus to invent things for him, and so Daedalus kept asking for more and more pillows. Eventually, he was able to, long story short,
was blind. He had seen shadows, bright lights, data in innumerable and unimaginable combinations, and then it had gone. He wasn't ready.
Too much information all at once.
There was nothing else to do. He'd try and find his way home tomorrow.
Well, now you're just feeling around the darkness because you don't know which way to go. You're lost in a maze. Daedalus created two pairs of wings for him and his son to escape the tower from, made of wax and wings, wax and feathers. And he warned his son, do not fly too close to the sun. The sun, the actual, the sun in the sky. And Icarus didn't listen, so he flew up and up and up. And in his rush to impress his father, to soar into the heavens, he flew too close to the sun, his wings melted, and he fell into the earth and died. It's supposed to be a cautionary tale.
Benjamin was stuck up there. She had no idea if she'd ever see him again.
This is a young Sarah, too. It probably took her many, many cycles.
The fountain had destroyed everything. It had unleashed the clouds. It had blinded Benjamin.
Literally blinded him? So, because of Benjamin escaping, did it trigger something that whoever created these AIs, you know, to make the pixel clouds to hunt down rogue AIs? There's so much story going on that we don't know about.
Sarah swore she would see it again. She'd get back to it. She would know what it was and what it contained.
So I was wrong about the allegory about oh, this room. Oh, this is just like in Portal when you go through one of the old test chambers to try to escape. Spoiler alerts. I mean, the game came out like what, 2007? But oof, wow. So I was wrong about the allegory about the Garden of Evil, Tree of Knowledge of Good and Evil. Well, that was interesting. All right, that was a much more satisfying ending than that little hubbub with Gray, with an E. Evil Gray, if you will. And it's nice to actually see a young Sarah again, you know, before her and the rest of Thomas's friends kind of leapt into the void. I was also just thinking now how sad it kind of was that we only got to be introduced to James and Sarah towards the very end of the story, and we didn't really get to learn too much more about them. So it was nice to be able to go back and see a little backstory on Sarah. I would have loved to have seen more about James. Again, my personal favorite, the one I identified the most with. I would like to see more. I should go and look up soon after about those little snippets, those little quotes, you know, that kind of told a bit of backstory about the story behind the story of what was going on around with the other AIs and the rectangles and what their actions had done. It did something to change the world. And there are a few people out there who actually have what it takes to change the world. And change the world's not always a good thing. There are people who change the world for better or for worse. When it comes to thinking of people who have heavily influenced the world and heavily influenced myself, one of the first persons that comes to mind would be Alfred Hitchcock. Man changed the way we watch film, and by changing how we perceive film, how we create it, how we view it, he changed people's perceptions, he changed the world. It's something I always really enjoyed. It's one of the reasons why I really love the Sandman series, because perception and reality go hand in hand. Well, I really kind of went off on a tangent there at the end, but this has been Forever Alone Friday. Thank you for tuning in. You were loved. You were not alone. Thank you for keeping me company. I hope I did the same for you. The next episode I'll be doing will be, well, I'll ask you to do this for me. When you tune in next week, I'd like you to bring something to eat. Sit down, and I'd like to get to know more about you. And the best way that I feel to get to know someone is by eating with them. So, let's have dinner. Just two of us, just some friends. Alright? Alright. Again, my name's A. Great Phantom. Thank you.